These are the 10 greatest moments in the Kingdom Hearts series. Sora and his friends have traveled across the cosmos, saving the world from falling into darkness. Keyblade in hand, they are always there to save the day. And there are certain moments that have stood the test of time, that when I think about Kingdom Hearts, these are the points my brain lock into. From either a gameplay or narrative perspective, Kingdom Hearts has done so much to make it my all-time favorite franchise. As we get closer to Kingdom Hearts 4, I wanted to take a look back at those moments, the ones that have remained in my heart to remind me the legend that is Kingdom Hearts. Throughout every entry, no matter how small, there's always something to love. But before I get into it, let me know in the comment section below. What is your all-time favorite Kingdom Hearts moment in the series? Is it triumphing over a specific boss, or a cutscene moment that left you emotional? And while you're down there, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Helps out the channel big time. But here we go, time to take a look back and determine the best moments in the Kingdom Hearts series. In Kingdom Hearts 1, Sora and Riku have a budding rivalry, where at the very beginning these two are at each other's throats trying to prove who is better. From racing on the beach to fighting each other using their wooden swords. The moment Riku falls into darkness, everything changes, as Sora wants nothing more than to reconnect with his lost friends and return back home. But as Sora is exploring the world, Riku is there to bug him at every corner. Like when you encountered him in Monstro. You work together to defeat the Parasite Cage for a single battle, then Riku turns around and kidnaps Pinocchio for his own selfish reasons, and you're not even able to fight Riku until your first visit to Hollow Bastion. After entering the Heartless Stronghold, Riku ends up taking Sora's Keyblade away, calling him a delivery boy, saying he's not strong enough to save Kairi. But Sora doesn't give up. With the help of the Beast, the two push forward into the dangers ahead. I mean, it's mainly Beast. We're basically hiding behind him the entire time. But then you finally get the opportunity to fight back against Riku. The Keyblade returns back to Sora knowing who its true master is. Donald and Goofy come back to Sora to help him, and Goofy gives me one of the hardest lines in the entire series.
You'd betray your king?
Not on your life.
To dive into this for a second, Goofy is basically saying he'll rather let this teenage boy die than let down his king. That's insanely hard, especially coming from a character like Goofy. And you face off against Riku in this hall here. This fight is one of the most rewarding moments in the entire series for me, because it's the first time we get to fight Riku while he's being all teenage and angsty. The next battle with Riku, he's fully possessed by Ansem, making it so that battle is more so against Ansem instead of the Riku that we've been dealing with. But this fight right here, right before he gets fully taken over by Ansem, is an all-timer because you can finally put the beats on him. All the taunting from Riku the entire game finally spun around the block and clocked him. The battle isn't that difficult either, maybe taking you a few tries to take him out, but it's easily one of the most satisfying boss battles in gaming. The most warranted whooping that's been building up throughout the entire game. Finally getting to Riku and putting Keyblade to a core memory I will never forget. So Sora in general is a fairly happy-go-lucky protagonist. His brain is a little empty, but he looks at the positive of most situations. Remember, this ship runs on happy faces.
Sora, that was no way to...
Keep it to yourself!
So in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, we get a version of Sora that we've never seen before. As Sora progresses deeper into Castle Oblivion, his memories get more clear of a girl called Naminé, a childhood friend of his that seems to be locked deep within this castle. But the more Sora remembers Naminé, the more it becomes a hyperfixation for him. He starts to get angry towards Donald and Goofy and is overall in a more bitter mood. And angry Sora is not something we really explore beyond this. I mean, it makes sense in this context, Naminé is literally rewriting his memory, so this anger isn't directly caused by Sora. But you see this version of the character that wants nothing more than to save his friend, nothing more than to achieve his goal to bring her back to safety, but at the sacrifice of those who came this far alongside him. It's one of the few times Sora is truly selfish and bitter, and I love it so much. And it kind of shows how terrifying Sora can get. It makes sense why the organization wants this 14-year-old emotional nuclear bomb, as Marluxia is planning to use Sora as a means to clear out the rest of the organization. And Marluxia might have gotten away with it too if it weren't for that meddling witch. Still, angry Sora is a personal favorite. It's such a departure from the Sora that we know and love, and it shows the range that this character can reach. I don't think Sora ever gets this angry again, to be honest. So Kingdom Hearts 3 is the most special game in my life. It's around this time where my channel started to get a bit more exposure, and we garnered a community around those who love the Kingdom Hearts series. And the wait for Kingdom Hearts 3 was a long one, waiting 6 years from the reveal of the game to the eventual release down the line. And I'll never forget that feeling of booting up the game for the very first time. It was a cold and snowy winter day, and I was sitting around my house waiting for the mailman. Like every few seconds, I was looking out of my window, hoping for his arrival. When it finally did come in, I ran downstairs, opened the game, and immediately threw it into my PlayStation. And what was to follow is something I will never forget. So there's this opening cinematic at the very beginning, and I'm not talking about the one with Face My Fears with Utada, but rather there's an opening of Xehanort and Ericus playing their chess game, and as each of their pieces move, we get a look back at a different Kingdom Hearts moment. All while in the background, you get an orchestral version of Don't Think Twice. I think this moment right here sticks to me because of how long it took us to get here. The first moment of Kingdom Hearts 3 reminding us of the long road it took to be here. I remember being overwhelmed with emotions, watching old cutscenes melted together for this moment. And it ends with the Kingdom Hearts 3 title card. That flash of light with the sound of a door opening. It was time for a brave new adventure. I remember being a mess of tears on my couch. The moment we've been waiting so long for was finally here. It's a first impression that I will never forget. So the paopu fruit has been a plot device since the very first Kingdom Hearts game, as it's basically the cause of Kingdom Hearts shipping to evolve into what we know it is today. As in the lore, those who share a paopu fruit are rumored to have their destinies intertwined forever. Riku is taunting Sora with a paopu fruit, saying that he'll share a fruit with Kairi if he won that race, and it was fun to see these two kids fight over the attention of a girl that they like. And their entire adventure begins without anyone taking a bite of the paopu fruit. At no point in this entry does anyone actually consume a paopu fruit. We do get the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1 where Kairi is etching in the cave, showing that they're sharing a star. But this is still just a cave drawing, not the actual paopu fruit involved. It isn't until Kingdom Hearts 3 when we finally get the payoff for this moment. Right before the battle at the Keyblade Graveyard, we get some quality time with our favorite characters. And in one of these, we get some alone time with Sora and Kairi. And Kairi pulls out the paopu fruit to share with Sora. It takes him back for a second, but she says she wants them to take it so they can stay in each other's lives forever. Especially with the upcoming death battle right around the corner, Kairi isn't trying to take any chances. And with all the different times Sora and Kairi have been separated throughout the series, it was a beautiful payoff to see them actually sharing a paopu fruit. My personal theory is that the paopu fruit is the reason Kairi is able to save Sora when he falls to darkness later in the game, as it helped them find each other when everything went dark. It's my own personal headcanon, but I think it works for their connection. Still, seeing the paopu fruit finally have its moment several years after its debut, a core Kingdom Hearts memory in my mind. So Kingdom Hearts 3 did something really cool that I wish other games would participate in, where they celebrated their dedicated community in one of the sickest ways possible. In Kingdom Hearts 3, during the battle in the Keyblade Graveyard, we get a moment where Keyblades from the ancient past come and save the day. We get this sick cinematic of Sora riding on these Keyblades to fight the darkness. And while this is happening, you get a bunch of commands featuring names. And these names were part of the Make Your Mark campaign in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, where in the phone game you could participate to get your username in Kingdom Hearts 3, showing which player the Union came from alongside their name. So 300 players from the English and Japanese versions got their usernames added into the game. 100 players were given this based on their total login times, another 100 based on the high score challenge that they were hosting, and the final 100 based on the number of Toon Moogle medals that the player had in their possession. The point is, the most hardcore Union Cross players were rewarded with immortality in Kingdom Hearts 3. Their name is forever a part of the game, and that's a big part of Kingdom Hearts history, especially when you look at it from the context of the story, where all of these Keyblade wielders had died long ago and their lifeless keys have returned for this moment. It's crazy to see how they tied your original character into the Kingdom Hearts narrative. It's also an incredible spectacle and flashy with all the different animations at hand. For Kingdom Hearts to memorialize the fallen Keyblade wielders, and those wielders are actual real players from the phone game, your favorite franchise isn't doing cool stuff like that. So the next one is more so connected with the Kingdom Hearts 3 hype cycle, since it's something that was revealed to us in a trailer beforehand. And it's the moment that we found out that Aqua has fallen to darkness. Last time we saw her, she was still trapped in the realm of darkness. At the end of 0.2, we find out that she never escaped and is still wandering there alone. So to see the trailer where she's completely fallen into darkness? Well, obvious in terms of the narrative, seeing it play out like this was insane. And it's a moment I got to share with all of my YouTube homies. We were all at E3 that year for the full-blown Kingdom Hearts hype, and we were not disappointed. I do wonder how this cutscene would have worked on me if I just saw it in-game instead of a trailer, as many people wonder if Square Enix should have even revealed this for the trailer, but rather saved it for the full game when it released. But I'm pretty happy how things ended up. Sharing that moment with my YouTube friends is something that I'll never forget. And Aqua got Norded just becoming a fun thing in the Kingdom Hearts space, where people who are excited about Frozen being added into the mix, while the real fiends are there knowing that our girl Aqua was struggling with the darkness. Like, if you knew what Aqua got Norded meant, then you were truly in the Kingdom Hearts mix. So I have a lot of strong feelings about Kairi, where I think this character is a pile of wasted potential, just waiting for the opportunity to do something big for the story and her friends. She's been the ultimate bench warmer, waiting for her opportunity to jump into action. And man, they finally did it, and I'm so glad how it turned out. In the Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC, you were finally able to play as Kairi for the very first time. It took the entire series and up to the most recent game's DLC to get her into the mix. But better late than never, I always say. And finally getting her in our hands is such a treat because of how she feels so different. I do appreciate that every playable character in Kingdom Hearts just isn't a copy of Sora. Each character has their own abilities and physics that are exclusive to them. And we see a lot of inspiration from Aqua being based in Kairi's moveset. Kairi can bury her when she's blocking, which is great for the full body coverage defense, and she could even double jump to get to those really high to reach places. Then of course, her attack animations are pretty dope. Showing Kairi throwing the Keyblade at her opponent and then teleporting right to them for the finisher? That's unique to Kairi, and I appreciate the game for that. And this is the only time she's playable in the entire experience. You can choose to play as either Kairi or Sora during this moment, and it's great to see these two working together. Funny enough, when you pick Kairi to play as and you get Sora as a party member, I'm not gonna lie, Sora is a pretty terrible party member. I found him constantly dying and not really helping the cause against Xehanort. It felt like Sora was running the worst possible version of Donald's companion AI. Still, Playable Kairi was a real treat. I hope it doesn't take too long before we can see her kid again. Sora and Riku's relationships is one of the most interesting facets of the whole series. You see two teenage boys who are constantly pushing each other to be better. When Riku takes his steps into the darkness, Sora wants nothing more than to bring him back into the light. Sora fights tooth and nail to get his friend back, but it doesn't end in Kingdom Hearts 1 as the two are separated between the realms. Sora continues his search, leading him to Castle Oblivion, where he meets Riku again, only this time being a replica made by the organization. We see more of how Sora views Riku, even though this version is completely fabricated. But all of that leads to our reconnection in Kingdom Hearts 2. Once Sora finally realizes that this is actually Riku, he loses it, falling to the ground with tears in his eyes, ecstatic to find that his friend is safe and sound. The reunion was already good, but then it gets better. Ansem the Wise is trying to ruin Xemnas' version of Kingdom Hearts with this machine, but the machine ends up overriding and exploding. And somehow the light from this explosion has removed all the darkness from Riku, and he has returned back to his normal self. And I'll never forget the feeling of when Riku was added as a party member. It only happens towards the end of the game, but it is easily one of the most oh my god moments. Not only that, but Riku is a fantastic teammate. It's like they gave him the best AI. He'll heal you the moment you get close to death, and he's constantly on the defensive for Sora. And then you get the most insane limit that you can do with him. Both Sora and Riku putting their Keyblade skills to the test for the ultimate enemy. Everything about this is a combination of what I love about Kingdom Hearts. It's a narrative moment built upon the several games of storytelling. And the gameplay is just so fun and satisfying. It's able to carry both of these in their hands in perfect harmony. And he'll remain with you until the end of the game if you let him. You know how badly I just wanted to take Riku to the other worlds as a party member? Still, him joining the squad for the final conflict truly is a moment that I will never forget. I think a big part of Kingdom Hearts 3 that left me massively disappointed when I played it the first time is that there was never a moment where the entire cast worked together. The moment we get close to that is the moment where Terranor is just tearing right through them. We're watching our legendary Keyblade wielder just get beat up by a single entity. Yo, start jumping him right now! Anyways, there was this moment since the opening of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, showing the entire main cast teaming up to challenge the final foe. And I've been looking for something to reach that high again for years, and it wasn't until the Remind DLC when we finally get that moment. All 13 versions of Xehanort versus the Heroes of Light for the fate of the worlds. To finally see everyone working together in actual gameplay, it was the greatest. They nail the synergy between these characters even when some of them have never met before. I appreciate how flashy the combos are to really give this moment some scale, but I also love the small conversations that happen between the fight. For example, there's a short moment between Roxas and Ventus, who at this point in the story have only looked each other in the face, noticed that they share the same exact face, and then never addressed it again. But then we get this moment.
Roxas, was it? You're pretty good. Yeah, well, you're not too bad yourself.
It's hilarious when you think about it. It's just Jesse McCartney glazing himself inside of the audio booth. And then the moment ends with King Mickey against the entire organization on his own. Finally, Kingdom Hearts 3 is putting some respect on my boy's name. He's been getting cooked this entire game, but they finally gave him the grandest moment of all. It's slow paced, but everything about it screams Kingdom Hearts. The power to not give up, the strength to protect your friends, the way that you slowly walk towards the keyhole, and the music is just encompassing you. This feels like a true final moment for me. And it was everything to see these characters I've grown up with finally working together. It feels just like hope. It makes my heart feel full. So before I get into my number 1, there were a few honorable mentions that I need to bring up. While these weren't enough to crack my top 10, I still needed to bring them up because I love them dearly. Starting with the mission mode in Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. This was the multiplayer mode that you could do with your friends. And they basically had everyone as playable characters in this game mode. On top of Roxas, you had every other member of the organization, each with their own unique abilities and weapons, but you could also play as Donald and Goofy, making this the only time that you could actually control them in combat. Which is a shame. I feel like a few moments with them could go hard in other titles. Still, playable Donald and Goofy is wonderful. There's also the fight with Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. So this fight wasn't available in the original release of the game, meaning that players had to wait until the 2.5 collection to receive the Final Mix content. When we finally got it here in the United States, I was ecstatic. It was a battle I've only seen YouTube videos up to at this point. So for Roxas to beat me down on my own PlayStation, legendary moment. There's also when Mickey showed up at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. With Mickey being hinted at throughout the entire game, it was something special for him to show up during the game's final climax, especially hearing about years later how strict Disney was with including Mickey in Kingdom Hearts, since it seems they had contractual obligations to another game at the time. But this moment was enough to cement itself in my memory forever. And now Mickey is basically on everything regarding Kingdom Hearts. There's way more trust with the series and with Mickey, and it all started with this moment here. I've also got to mention the moment that we find out Terra is Xehanort. Seeing that Terra ends up being taken over by Xehanort and yoinks him inside of his own body, I mean, yeah, you kinda had the clue based on how these characters look similar, but to finally make that connection was an overall insane reveal. Overall, I think the ending of Birth by Sleep is incredible. It's one of the most depressing endings in gaming, but offers hope for a better future. Still, it being revealed that Terra is actually Xehanort this entire time, amazing. Then there's also another moment from the Kingdom Hearts 3 hype cycle, and this one is a little more personal, but I had to include it. I was invited by Disney to D23 the year that they revealed Toy Story. First, it was my first time I've ever been invited to something like this, really showing the growth that we made on our content journey. And I'm not gonna lie, Disney hooked us up. We had reserved seating for the presentations and everything. And Toy Story is something that Nomura wanted in Kingdom Hearts since the very beginning, but we weren't sure how that would work with Pixar copywriting and stuff. But adding Toy Story opened up the world of possibilities for Kingdom Hearts World. And to actually be there when they showed off Toy Story, one of the highest honors of my life. I have to mention The Gathering, the secret ending in Kingdom Hearts 2. I believe this is where the hype for Kingdom Hearts 3 truly began. While the game wasn't revealed until 2013, I'm a firm believer that Kingdom Hearts 3 excitement began back in 2006. Because we got one of the coldest cinematics to ever touch the PlayStation. Seeing a bunch of random teenagers get beat up by this old man, and it's animated to make the beatdown look as brutal as possible.
God, please, no! No!
Hey, get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up. Fight back! Fight back!
Did somebody say boo?
There's also the reunions in Kingdom Hearts 3 in the Keyblade Graveyard. Seeing the Birth by Sleep trio and Days trio reconnect after everything they went through, everyone is just a crying mess, and so was I. I think it's the way Axel breaks down in this scene here. He tries to hold it together but immediately folds to get close to his friends. It chokes me up every single time. Then there's every Kingdom Hearts opening movie, especially the ones with the full-blown pre-rendered cutscenes. Kingdom Hearts opening up with basically a J-pop music video is something special. Not a lot of games get their story retold through such flashy animations. And Utada Hikaru has been a big part of that experience. Simple and Clean, Sanctuary, Face My Fears, and all the different versions of them are permanent staples in my music library. No matter what Kingdom Hearts game you played first, that opening movie has been drilled into your mind. It's jarring and fun, and basically sums up the entire Kingdom Hearts experience. But now that the honorable mentions are over, this is my all-time favorite moment in the Kingdom Hearts series. The first time this happened to me was when I was a kid, struggling against Zaldin in the second visit of Beast Castle. This boss just kept on cooking me, until it finally happened. So Mickey will appear sometimes throughout the game and save you when you die. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's a huge blessing. I appreciate how it's a bit random, making it so when it does happen, it feels a bit more special. And you get a much different moveset than Sora when playing as Mickey. Pearl is a magic attack that can hold onto enemies. It also has multiple hitboxes, making it some of the best magic in the game, and Mickey's combos are much faster than Sora, leading to several blows within a single string of attacks. You can also bring Sora back to life if you charge for long enough, and depending how much you charge will determine how strong Sora is when he returns. And I also like how Mickey's outfit will be different depending on what point in the story this is, jumping between when he's wearing the organization cloak to the point where he takes it off. In my opinion, it's the perfect combination between story and gameplay mechanics. Mickey has been shrouded in mystery this entire time, so to see him appear just for this moment, it shows that he's always been around, keeping an eye on Sora and his friends. Being able to control Mickey is a moment that I won't be forgetting anytime soon. It is the true definition of a second chance. And I've said time and time again that King Mickey is one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts characters. And it was this moment right here that solidified it for me. But yes, these are my 10 best moments in the Kingdom Hearts series. Kingdom Hearts isn't just a normal form of media that I consume, it's very much a part of who I am. It's why I appreciate my friends so much and understand the power that comes from having them in my life. It's why it's important to balance the light and darkness in my own life to find harmony. It's why we've been eagerly awaiting for the next entry to release. Kingdom Hearts is just special like that. But this is what I thought. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and stay awesome.